wealth. Vital is vital. You gotta take care of yourself.
Hello, do you want to live your best? You want to live your way into a healthy and beautiful body, free from all forms of diseases such as diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, hemorrhoid, and so on? Are you limited to particular foods intake due to your health status? Oh yeah, I bring to you good news, as you can eat what you want. Contact us today for any of these services. Holistic nutrition consulting based on individual health status such as diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, among others. Visit us in our office at 10039 Bisonet Street, Suite 228D, Houston, Texas, with zip code 77036. You can as well book an appointment with us on our website www.begandbomservices.com or call 347-61 35485 347-61 35485. At B&B, your health matters to us.
Health is a wealth. Vital is vital. You gotta take care of yourself.
Hello, people. Welcome back to Healthy Living with Bufra Talk Show. I'm Dr. Betty. How you all doing? There are tons of questions that came in this week. These questions gave birth to our topic today, of which I titled Snoring versus Sleep Apnea. What is the difference between snoring and sleep apnea? Are they the same problems? The answer is yes and no. But before I explain why it's yes or no, let's get clear understanding of each word. What is snoring and what is sleep apnea? Snoring is a sound resulting from turbulent airflow that causes the tissues of the nose and throat to vibrate during sleep. So when you sleep, your airflow causes your tissue, the tissue of your nose and throat, to vibrate when you sleep. That is snoring. And the sound of that snoring occurs when the air cannot flow freely through the airway as you sleep. What that means is when the airway is narrowed or partially blocked, breathing causes the tissues of the upper airway to vibrate, resulting in the sound heard when someone snores. Almost everyone snores occasionally, and different people who snore may have various reasons for the narrowing of the air space leading to snoring. And snoring can be caused by a person's anatomy, lifestyle habit, or a sleep disorder called sleep apnea. That is the correlation between these, because sleep apnea can make you snore. So it's like a sign. Snoring is a sign of apnea. So we can say they are the same right there. So not everybody that snore that have sleep apnea disorder. But when you have sleep apnea disorder, you can snore. So your sleep apnea disorder can cause you to snore. But when you snore, it doesn't mean that you have sleep apnea. That is the correlation between them. Your sleep gets obstructed when you sleep. Yes, that's why it's called obstructive sleep apnea. Now, obstructive sleep apnea is marked by repeated lapses in breathing during sleep due to partial or complete collapse of the airway. When you snore, your own is partially blocked. But when it comes to sleep apnea, your airway is completely collapsed. It's partially or completely collapsed. This is how you know whether it is a sleep apnea or snoring. People with sleep apnea tend to snore loudly with period of silence and breathing stops. When they resume breathing, it can sound like gasping or snorting. Yes. The difference between the two is this. Snoring is silent, while sleep apnea is loud. Yes. You see those people that snore like they snore like the whole house want to collapse. That is sleep apnea. It is loud. But the snoring, even you yourself that snore, you don't know that you snore. It is when you wake up, they say, oh, you snore. You don't hear the noise. But when the sleep apnea person sleeps, the person hears the noise. So that is the difference. The snoring is silent, while the sleep apnea is loud. Now, why is yes is this? It's yes because snoring, also known as hoarse or ash sound. What do I call hoarse? Horse. H-O-A-R-S-E, horse. Is a common sound of a sleep disorder called obstructive sleep apnea. It's a sign. That's why I said if you snore, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have sleep apnea. It's one of the signs and symptoms of sleep disorder. And this ulcer causes breathing pauses during sleep. Yes, and trust me, it can lead to serious health problems if not treated on time. I'm talking about sleep apnea because it's a sleep disorder. So snoring is not always related to an underlying condition. It may be caused by, number one, increased certain medication or medicine. Taking certain medications or medicine taken in the past. The medication you are taking right now or the one you have taken in the past may be the cause of snoring. Maybe the reason why you are snoring now. Maybe the reason why you have hoarse voice. Yes. Old age can also be the reason why you snore. Increase in weight. If you are obese, that's why you always see those heavy people snoring. You cannot see anyone with big weight without snoring. When they sleep, they always snore because their airway is blocked. There's no way this thing will go out silently than to force it out. That is why it's always loud. Tiredness can also cause you to snore. Of course, when you go to work, you do this, you do that, you come back home, you collapse on your couch. The first thing people will see that you are tired is you start snoring. It's caused by tiredness. Doesn't mean you will continue snoring. Maybe just that day because you are tired. Lying on your back during sleep can also cause you to snore. When you sleep like this, oh, because your mouth is open, you will snore. And lastly, smoking. If you smoke those cigarettes, the smoke blocks your airway. You don't know. And once your airway is blocked, where is the breathing? Oxygen. You know, we breathe in oxygen. Carbon dioxide is coming out. Where is it going to come out when smoke has blocked the airway? So if they are forcing themselves out because the airway is blocked, that's why you make that noise. Now, what is the self-treatment for snoring? Let's take care of the snoring before we now go to ulcer. Obstructive sleep apnea. What is the self-treatment? If you snore and your snore is so irritating, it is not ulcer, but you snore and it's still irritating people. Like me, I can't sleep next to the person that snore. I won't be able to sleep. So if you see that people have been complaining, you snore too much, you snore too much. Yes. When I'm tired, I snore. People tell me I'm snoring. I'm like, really? I don't even know. I'm tired. Not every day I snore. It is when I'm tired. That is understandable. It's not disorder. It's not a problem. But when that continues, and it's becoming irritating to other people next to you, around you, that is when you need to treat it. And what is the self-treatment for that? Yes, self-care steps that can be helpful in some less serious cases are these. Number one, you want to lie on the side during sleep. You either lie here or you turn to the other side. Make sure you always lie on the side. Don't sleep on your back. That's the first thing. Number two, you want to lose excess weight. If you know you have too much of weight, you want to lose it. And let me tell you, those of you that want to lose weight and you are running, you are jumping, that's not the only way to lose weight. You will want to run in the morning, and when you come back from wherever you go for your exercise, you want to bring all this starchy food, eat again. You are not losing anything. You are just wasting your time running. Yes. Or when you come back, you sit down all day after running in the morning. That's sedentary lifestyle. You are not losing anything. Or when you want to eat, you have the plate of food meant for 3 people or 2 people. You have it in front of you. You finish it after coming back from running, from your exercise. Dinner, you bring starchy food. You finish it. And you are losing weight. You cannot fast. You cannot do intermittent fasting. You always want to sit down. You are not losing weight. So you need to lose weight, and losing weight involves so many activities, so many steps, so many rules and guidelines. If you don't know, I'm telling you, it's not about running. No, you have to be 24/7 active. You can't sit more than 1 hour in every time. When you sit now, if your job or your business involves sitting, you thank God you are self-employed. Anytime you can stand up. And sometimes when I'm writing or doing anything on the computer, I know how long I'm supposed to sit. And when time comes, I get up. I'm writing, I'm doing my things on my computer while standing. Even at home, that my kids will be telling Mommy, sit down. I said, no, I know what I'm doing. Now, I don't have that weight you have. Yet, I still make sure that I don't sit down so long. You need to do that. You need to adopt that system as well. Number 3 is you want to avoid taking alcohol. Some of you drink alcohol like you are drinking water. Some will finish 1 carton of NSC, this Gouda, this 3 Baba Dudu, Guinness. Oh my goodness. Some even drink wine. I'm not saying you cannot drink wine that contains alcohol, but it must be moderate. Of course, our body needs alcohol, but how much you need? I've said it. I've educated on the quantity of alcohol your body needs. It's on my YouTube channel. Look for it. You don't drink because you see that thing in excess, even if you are the one that bought it. You need to be very careful of the amount of alcohol that go to this body. It's very important. Otherwise, it will hurt you. So when you drink too much of alcohol, you can snore. It can make you snore. So you want to avoid taking alcohol. Next is you want to consult a doctor and change medication, which might be causing snoring. Because many people are on medication. They place them on medication. People with underlying illnesses. Too much of medication. Some people take medication more than 4, 5, 6, 7 pills a day. Some of them can make you snore. Yes, I said it here on this platform that those medications, even though you are taking it to help you, to cure, to heal you, they are also damaging your body. I'm telling you, this medication, yeah, they do more damaging to your body than curing your body. So be careful. You need to speak to your doctor and see which medication make you snore. Because when you go to the doctor, before any doctor prescribe any medication for you, if that doctor is a qualified, licensed doctor, the first thing he will ask you is, are you allergic to any medication? He must ask you if you are allergic to any medication before they prescribe it. Because if you are allergic to medication, they will know what to prescribe. They will know the dose, the time, and when to take it. Or maybe they shouldn't even give you at all. I'm not allergic to any medication. Or some are allergic to some medication. So that is why you need to tell your doctor what you feel if you take any medication. If you don't know and you were given medication, before you start taking that medication, you have to prioritize it by taking your time to know this medication good for me or not. Take note of the reaction you get after taking that medication. That is what will give you the clue clear that this medication works for you or not. If you are unable to do this, if you are allergic to medication, you won't know. And that can cause problems like snoring. So in case you fall into that category of people who cannot even figure out whether you have allergy to certain things, that means you will need to consult your doctor after you have been facing the side effect of that medication. So that is why I say consult a doctor and change your medication you think might cause the snoring. And last one is you need to stop smoking. This is very important. Some have been trying to stop smoking, but yet they can't quit. Because I listen to many people speaking their mind. They speak out. They tell me that, oh, I've been trying to stop, but I couldn't stop. And the reason why I couldn't stop is because this thing I do, this habit give me joy. Excuse me, smoking give you joy. When you drink, do you start getting money in your account? No, stop deceiving yourself. It is never true. Telling me that drinking or smoking makes you happy. No, none of them makes you happy. They damage your body. I am telling you this. If you don't believe it, that is it. That is your problem. None of them gives you joy. You are just wasting your time. So you can quit smoking or drinking alcohol. You can. The problem you have is, we call it craving in nutrition. It's called craving. You crave for it because your tongue is used to that. And there's a way to get out of that craving. When you are about to take it, when your tongue, your mind, your head is telling you to do so, get something to replace that drinking. If you drink wine, and that wine has a lot of alcohol content, what you can do is you replace it with wine that has less alcohol. From there, you bring it down slowly, because it is not easy to quit things just once and for all like that. It's not possible. It is a gradual process. Quitting smoking or alcohol is a gradual process, just like you want to get out of unhealthy eating habits. It's not something you can just get out one day. It's not possible because you did not start one day. Yes, all these, your bad habits, eating habits, started gradually until you advance in it. So for you to get out of it, it takes gradual process, gradual steps. So you have to substitute it with something less in alcohol content. If you have been taking 50% of alcohol in any wine or drink, bring it down to 30, to 20, to 15, to 10, to 7, like that. It's a gradual process. So you can stop. Same thing, cigarette. If you take 1 pack a day, reduce it to half a pack. From there, numbers come down slowly until you find yourself in 1. So when you take 1 a day, it won't be difficult for you to stop anytime after you have used to 1. But if anybody tells you that is going to make you quit that smoking or drinking a day. That's a lie. It's not possible. It can never be possible. I can vow for that. It is not possible. And it can never be possible. Believe it or not. I will tell you the truth. Yes, I've been doing this for years without collecting a dime from anybody. I give information for free. So there's no point of lying to you because I'm not collecting money from you. So it's now your responsibility to believe it or not. And the problem we have in Africa is we never believe something that comes free. We want to believe and trust those people that give you information and they get paid. They collect money from you, and meanwhile, you are buying false. You're buying false information. They never worked for you because they lied to you. You believe in what you paid for. You don't believe in what you get for free. And that is why you are still struggling with one problem, because you are always buying lies. I'm a living witness. It has happened to me, and I saw the magic, the amazing things plants, herbs, healthy food I've done in my life. That is why I'm telling you to do so, because I've experienced it. It has worked for me in so many ways, and it's still working for me. So, and I believe it will work for you. Yes. Now, when should you speak with a doctor about snoring? When you realize that this is becoming embarrassing for you, this is becoming irritating to others, when should you see your doctor? Snoring may be a sign of sleep apnea, don't forget that, which may require medical intervention. That is, if it's a sign, if you realize that it's becoming worse, that means it may be a sign of sleep apnea. Something has gone wrong with your sleep health. Remember, I mentioned that when you snore, sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean that you have problem with your sleep. It may not be a sign of sleep disorder. But when you now realize that this could be a sign of sleep apnea, which is sleep disorder, you need to see your doctor. Yes. If you snore and also have any of these other symptoms I'm going to mention in a minute, it may be a time for you to speak with a doctor. What are these signs? When you pause in breathing during sleep, followed by choking, snorting, or gasping sounds, you need to see a doctor, because it's a sign of sleep apnea. And if anything is becoming disorder, you need to see a doctor to put it in order. Yes. If your sleep is disrupted by snoring, when you sleep, and all of a sudden, you need to see a doctor. Remember, I told you that people that snore, they don't even notice that they snore. But people that have sleep apnea and you are snoring, people are hearing your noise. You yourself can feel it that you are snoring. That's the sleep apnea. So if you know that your sleep is being disrupted by snoring, by noise, you need to see a doctor. If your breathing is interfered with during snoring, that means you cannot breathe properly. When you are snoring, you realize that you cannot breathe. You need to see a doctor. If you wake up frequently at night, you need to see a doctor. If you have a daytime sleepiness, sleeping during the day, when you sleep during the day, you need to see a doctor. Let me explain to you for you to understand what I mean by that, because it's two things. Some people sleep during the day because they are going to work at night. Some sleep during the day because they are sick naturally. That is different. Some nursing mothers sleep during the day because they need to nurse the baby at night. Some people sleep during the day because they have sleep apnea already. Want to confirm, want to diagnose it. They want sleep apnea. But if you have not been diagnosed of sleep apnea and you are not a nursing mother, you don't work at night, and you are not sick, you just find out that you sleep during the day when you have already slept 8 hours till this morning, when you're supposed to go to work or to do certain things to be active, you just feel like sleeping. You need to see a doctor. If you experience morning headaches, when you just wake up in the morning, the next thing is headaches, you need to see a doctor. If you now notice that you have high blood pressure, chest pain at night, you need to see a doctor immediately. O máa sáré gan ni tó máa fi dọ́dọ̀ doctor. Immediately, you need to see your doctor. Yes. And why I said it's no, snoring and apnea is not the same, is that the fact that you snore does not necessarily mean that you have sleep apnea or any other sleep disorder. The most common symptoms of sleep apnea is daytime drowsiness. When you're always feeling drowsy during the day, when you are supposed to be active, you are also feeling weak and drowsy. That is a sign of sleep apnea. That's the common sign. Anywhere you are in the car. Anywhere you are, you're supposed to be on stage talking. You feel like you feel weak. You feel like sitting down. You feel like sleeping. You just feel like laying this body down. That is a sign of sleep apnea. You need to see a doctor. The second most common symptom is loud snoring. When you sleep and it's very loud, that is second sign of sleep apnea. If you have sleep apnea, you will almost certainly snore. That means no one will sleep apnea without snoring. You will snore. If you are now diagnosed, you are confirmed by health practitioner that you have sleep apnea, you must snore. You will certainly snore. But the fact that you snore, again, does not necessarily mean that you have sleep apnea or any sleep disorder. If you have not diagnosed, the moment they diagnose that you have a sleep apnea, okay, your snore continues until you treat it. Now, the question is this: can you cure yourself of sleep apnea? Of course, we have been talking about, things can be done naturally, can be treated naturally, can be cured naturally. There are certain things you can cure. There are certain problems you cannot cure. Some health problems are incurable. Some are curable. I want you to know that fact. First of all, can you cure this sleep apnea? Or can you yourself do it without the intervention of health professionals? The answer is yes. There are few things you can do to treat sleep apnea on your own. And this includes, number one, lifestyle changes. Number two is maintaining sleep hygiene. Let me go back to lifestyle changes. What is this lifestyle change? You drink, you smoke, these are lifestyles. You need to change all this. Because smoking and drinking is a lifestyle. eating certain food, wearing certain clothes, going certain areas, certain places. They are lifestyle. Doing things you love, that is lifestyle. Yes. Next is maintaining sleep hygiene. You want to sleep when you're supposed to sleep. And you want to wake up when you're supposed to wake up. That means you must have your 7 to 8 hours of sleep daily. That is when you maintain your sleep hygiene. And where you sleep also matters. Do you sleep on the floor? Do you sleep on the bed? How clean they are. And when we talk about hygiene, it's cleanliness. All this, I mentioned them on the title, Why People Get Sick. So you must maintain sleep hygiene. Next, you want to reduce weight. You want to reduce weight. So weight loss is one of the things you can do to treat sleep apnea. You want to reduce your weight. You want to make sure that you do all possible to reduce that weight. Because when you are reducing the weight, it's opening your airway. Yes. You want to try mouth exercise and incorporate physical activity. What does that mean? You want to eat a healthy diet, and that is dietary changes. Yes, dietary changes can help. You also want to quit smoking. You want to avoid alcohol. Yes. Before bed and various other home remedies can help you treat sleep apnea. Now, depending on how serious your symptoms are, it is still worth seeing a doctor since other underlying health issues could be involved. And there are serious risks if your sleep apnea is not under control. Yes. Now, in Africa, you tend to see wrong doctors when you have certain conditions. If you don't know the specialist to see when you have certain problem, this is what you do. Just speak to your PC, primary care doctor. He or she will refer you to the right specialist that specializes in your condition, in your problem. Yes. That's the way it works here. You don't just go and see any specialist. You cannot just go and see oncologist. You cannot just go and see gynecologist. You cannot just go and see ophthalmology. You cannot just go and see dentist. You must be referred for that service, for that treatment, for that diagnosis. So your primary care doctor does that. So you need to see I don't know how it works in Nigeria, but here that's the way it works. But for you who have no idea the doctor that specializes on your case, you need to see a primary care doctor, general doctor Njebe. He will be the one to refer you to the right doctor. That's why we call them specialists, because they specialize on certain health problems. Your primary care physician, or call it doctor, specializes in the acute and chronic illnesses, and they provide preventive care and health. When they now realize that this is not my area, this is not my specialty, they will now refer you to the right doctor. Yes. When they know that you have problem with your throat, you have problem with your nose, you have problem with your ear, then your primary care doctor will then refer you to otolaryngologist who specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of disease of the ear, nose, and throat, or sonologist who specializes in the diagnosis and therapy of sleep disturbances and disorders. These are the 3 people that will get involved on your case. Yes. I've come today to speak about prevention, not cure. Because I don't even want you to go through it at all. I don't want you to experience that pain. Because every health problem comes with pain. No matter how small or big it is, no matter how mild or acute or chronic it is, they come with pains. So I don't want you to even experience any of health problem, let alone curing it or looking for treatment. I am here to speak nothing but about the prevention. You need to prevent it. Stop it before it happens. Don't wait until it happens and you're looking for treatment or surgery. No. If you are diabetic, forget it. It's very hard to cut and to stitch back. So that's why you have to be very careful. You have to prevent it now before it happens. So I'm going to see you next week. I'm Dr. Betty. Good night.